out. You know what I mean? You don't respect that.
So you don't think you high, right? You just keep eating it. The next thing you know, it's over.
You on the
Not right,
floor,
man.
done.
It's not right.
Done.
It's not right. All right. Do you all feel we are indigenous to just the Americas or all lands?
They told me that they went all the way around the world and saw me in Blue Pill. We everywhere, man. God damn it. Let's stop that shit. You got to travel to see that we're everywhere. Real talk. They really lied to us, making us think that we low key segmented it. No, nigga, literally everywhere that you go, you going to see us.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Any thoughts on that, Blue, or are you just chilling? All right, Blue's eating right now. Let Blue let Blue eat. All right. Let's see what else is in the question. A lot of comments in here. Once again, shout out to King Simon. Shout out to you.
King Simon had a fire event in New York. He killing shit, man.
Okay, somebody said, Blue, why is nobody talking about using indium? Are they talking about iridium? What Cody, are you trying to say iridium? Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, because I mean there's two. There's indium and there's iridium.
Okay, I didn't know there was I don't know what indium is. Okay, maybe he's not. Okay, my fault.
They're not talking about either one of them. Iridium in its natural state is a very toxic element or metal. So little to no, not too many people know how to convert it into a metal that's digestible. I had it accessible as a trace mineral. I used to put it in Soul Gold water when I used to bottle my alkaline water. That was one of my cheat codes. So people don't talk about it because they don't know how to use it. They don't have access to it. You know what I'm saying? I would guess. We say that it's an extraterrestrial rock and it does this and that. All right, why are we not using it? What can we use it for? How can it give us an advantage? You know what I'm saying? We would want to know these things. Ask ChatGPT. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the use of knowing that we have all of these amazing things in our existence and we have no idea how to use them?
Yes.
No, indeed.
Yes,
All right, let's
Georgia has gold. Yes.
Somebody said, doesn't matter where I get my herb from for tomorrow.
As long as it ain't that lot, as long as it's that za, that gas station shit is a no.
All right. Are our people truly ready for life without this system, though?
When you say the system, you mean under the auspices of this government per se?
Right.
There's no way to find out. The logical question, the logical answer would be no, because people have not done the necessary work to prepare themselves to live independent of the system and off grid. And it entails a lot, and it entails a lot of endurance, and it entails a lot of cooperation more than anything.
Right.
And that's what been very elusive of us as the people, is our ability to work together cohesively in unity for a project, share with one another, be resourceful for one another, check on one another. You know what I'm saying? Make it be more about the group than the individual. But people is like, I got these babies to watch after, my nigga. Like I got to get it how I live. So there's so many things that push us away from the center.
All right, next question. Would y'all get an AI robot when they come out or not?
Me personally, maybe, yeah.
I got the little mop joint,
you got the little vacuum cleaner,
the little mop
the
joint,
room.
mop your whole floor,
I went to a meeting the other day at a ghost kitchen to get a spot up in there, and they have AI assistants. They got the robots that come and they get your order when you finish with it, and they bring it to the front so the drivers could come and pick it up from the locker, so you don't have to stop doing what you're doing. So yes, in every way imaginable, I am going to be participating with finding out how I can co-pilot with AI to become the team of the tandem of the future, because the job of the future is going to be, have you mastered and figured out how to properly assist AI and helping AI assist you?
Right.
So why not get started now? I need to know everything about this robot that is necessary for me need to know. So yes, I will be getting one.
Let me
Right.
ask you
And
this.
of
Let me ask you
course,
a question real quick, bro. Let me
Yeah.
ask Blue this question because Blue Pill is the chef. He's becoming one
yeah,
of the
Pablo.
the chefs of all chefs in our, not only in our community, but I mean the brother could throw down.
Yes.
All right, Blue. Let me give you a scenario, brother. You're not only a
Mm-hmm.
chef, you're not only a metaphysician, but you're also a businessman.
Yes.
Say you have a crew of 4 people in the kitchen. Y'all put the meal together and y'all serve the people the food. A group of 4 y'all. You know, everybody does something in the kitchen. You got your sous chefs, and you know, y'all all work together and do what y'all do. They say love is the secret ingredient in food that we taste, that we feel, that we're not aware of, but it's there. And when we get it from a certain person, you could feel it within the food. Um, you start to expand your operations, Blue, and you start to cut back on expenses because you buy organic food and it's extremely expensive. So you get rid of 2 of the people. So now it's only 2 of y'all, and you have 2 AI robots now. So you have 2 humans and 2 AI robots, but they help you a lot in the kitchen. It's just as good as having 2 humans in there. Blue, because you don't have that human aura there, will the food have the same amount of love when you serve it to the people now that there are only 2 workers and 2 robots there? Does AI also eliminate that secret love ingredient that we get from food when there's actual real workers back there in the kitchen, Blue Pill? You may push
Only one
out
way to
more
find
food.
out.
What you say, Blue? Oh, there's only
There's
one
only
way to
one way
find
to
it.
find out.
Right.
Because again, that's an amazing question with amazing scenario, and it makes us recalibrate the things that we have taken for advantage. Because we wasn't being concerned about the morphogenetic auric field in the kitchen, and that what vibration did it recalibrate in the spectrum of rainbow when you was making rainbow kale, or did the shit start going bad the minute that you walked out of the restaurant because somebody had some real bad energy that was
Right.
prepping your food? These are very tangible conversations to speak about when it comes to the alchemy of food. You feel me? The alchemy of food. And yes, there is a very integral part that the chef plays with putting their hands on the food, touching the food, because the food activates enzymes inside of your body. Just in case you wanted to eat the food, the body would know how to break it down and digest it. So while
Mhm.
you're operating with the food, your body almost like symbiosis. Think about Avatar when she grabbed the horse and her body went and
Yeah.
got the file of what it means to interface with a horse, and she became ambient enough to experience that interface. It's the same thing with food. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? When you are in, that's why you get to dancing and you like, yeah, my cells remember. This is the integral part of the food. You know what I'm saying? We bringing it back to basics.
Right.
This is how I remember it. You know what I mean? That thing, it give you a whole different rhythmic vibration.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that something may be lost from taking out the Midas touch human component. You know, this aspect of sentience, but it's really going to make us appreciate it more once it's gone. It has to leave for us really to get into
Yeah.
that part of
Right.
appreciating it, because all of the evidence is around us about subtle energy, and yet we still have not had these conversations about how we deal with one another, hurt one another, and you know what I'm saying? The power that comes with the touch, the power that comes with being compassionate for a person, all of this stuff, the power that comes with the abuse of touch, the responsibility that comes with touch that has turned into abuse in the community over and over and over again, because we want to talk about Eastern philosophies through Western ideologies, you know. What does that mean? That we want to work in the space of Eastern philosophies, spiritualities, and science, but operate under a Western mind, under like the auspices of religion. How we approach sexuality, how we approach, you know what I'm saying, making a connection with a person to establish what are these safe spaces. Because one can't take anything for granted because you don't know what version of this melanated person you're dealing with in this society.
Definitely, definitely. You know, when you talk about touch, and you know, we often talk about how things change with these, you know, depending on the energies that's in the ethers, and the conversation changes. I wonder, in terms of you know, love making, does it get more intense depending on, you know, whether we're in the age of Aquarius, the age of Pisces, whether you know, post eclipse, pre eclipse? I wonder in terms of love making, like, you know, what would that mean? What would happen now post this eclipse? Any thoughts on that?
Again,
Like,
you know, because we are in the season of spring, and I tie everything to its astrological bearings. This is the time of procreation. This is the time of a lot of aggressive energy, which translates into, you know, sexual tension. You know what I'm saying? If
mhm.
you notice, they've been speaking about male sexuality in the news since November of last year, since Scorpio, every single day, nonstop. And
Mm.
as Dr. Francis Cress Wilson explained to us, when you see people in position of power making flexes about missiles, right? They're really, it's really like it's phallus measuring. They're doing the pissing contest on a global level right now. So
Facts.
everything is being pushed by the aggression of sexual energy. Sexual energy is introducing the Martian months of Aries, which deals with the what? The unbridled male sexual energy of the ox, which is aggression. If you seen a fatty and you responded, your wood was like whoop, and then you get into game mode. That's Taurus, right? You focalize that energy as the bull in the China store. That's the cow, Het Heru. She represents abundance. You know what I'm saying? You doing
Mm.
whatever you got to do, saying what you got to say to get on her backside. Do what you got to do. You split it in half. We get into Gemini. She fuck around and have twins because you was about that business. And now the rest of the whole cycle is about the journey of the twins, or going from the fool to the wise man.
Mm.
That's the whole shit. You feel me? And
Yeah.
the cosmos and the wheels tells this story. So yes, um, Aries, like I said, is Martian energy. Then you get into Taurus. The opposite of Taurus is Scorpio. So you know, this is when the insects is doing it. This is when pollen is doing it. This is when nature's doing it. This is when the doing gets done in order for the rebirth to take place. That's what I seen in that eclipse. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? When that weather changed and and things changed up, them insects change, them animals change. You know, their animal instincts, their instinctual nature, they're programmed to do this stuff. This is what
Right.
nature is. The beautiful marriage between masculine and feminine, the union that shall not be interrupted by no weird shit. But we're in the age of Aquarius, so there ain't gonna be nothing but weird shit.
Right, right. Let's get to we're gonna do about three more questions before we get out of here. Do you think J. Cole manifested his outcome by naming his album Might Delete Later? Power in the Tongue. I think it
Might
did.
apologize later.
And then his next album, they said it's called The Fall Off, right?
Damn. He write his whole script right now. You know, I mean,
His whole script.
the power's in the pen. That's
Yeah,
undeniable. You
self-fulfilling prophecies.
self-fulfilling prophecies, and being in the fact that we live in this quickening, this quantum quickening, these self-fulfilling prophecies are ever more
Quicker.
self-fulfilling. You know, they're happening at a quicker pace. So literally, he dropped that album, and that shit, and like a few days later, he was up there, you know, apologizing.
And I never seen somebody delete something off of a streaming service before. So to me, that was the first. I was like, he pulled the joint down off the streaming service. So what is that even? These are unprecedented times.
For sure. Like what? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like
But I mean, that showed you the strength of conviction, because he really has to be standing on internal business. And that much I gotta respect, because we should all want to be that strong when it comes to self, that you are willing to make he self-sacrificed. Like I said, he pinned himself to the cross in public and said, I could sacrifice my career, I could sacrifice my cool points, right?
right.
But what you won't do is control the noise in my head. I have to answer to me. So what
You
is
playing the
me
long game.
being comfortable with living in my body look like? It looks like me falling on the sword in public and sacrificing my cool in order for me, you know what I'm saying, to stay sane. And we would all want to get there, because everything else that we've been shown in hip hop leading up to this has been about denial of accountability. Our inability to take accountability has led to all of the sloppiness. So we had to see a counterbalance, and it had to go and hit his love eclipse the war energy or the fear energy going into the eclipse. I'll repeat, his sacrificial right attempt to show you what love looks like in terms of the crystals getting on the cross on some sacrifice shit. His initials RJC. He did it on Sunday night, right? His sacrificial ability to show you with self-embalmment, burning oneself, lighting oneself on fire to become a phoenix. I'm gonna do it in public, right? To free myself of your judgment, your expectations, and the willingness that you want to see me go into a war hawk, into a hawk, a Scorpio. This a war hawk, not the Phoenix Scorpio. And all of this is starting by a Scorpio about a Scorpio. Like I said, I wrote the Black Christos Mythos while all of this was taking place, and I was like, watch this book write itself. Did I not say that right? So what we're seeing is a beautiful thing, because it's us turned inside out as a people. Nothing that you're bearing witness to is going to distract you or pull you away from yourself. Every single thing that you're seeing right now is reminding you about conversations you either had with yourself or that you've been skipping out. You feel me? Or that you might need to be equipped to have with someone else when they come to you and be like, Daddy, Mommy, I want to be in the entertainment business. You can't pour cold water on their heads, but how are you not going to program your children for aspirational goals and acquisitions of their dreams? They got to dream in a whole different colors now, because the rainbow spectrum that they was dreaming in before is some shady shit going on, y'all.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Let's get to before we get to another question. Once again, family, is going down. We winding down tonight. I'm gonna do one more question, but it's going down tomorrow. Somebody give me the address again. Where's King Simon when I need him? My brother King Simon.
400 Loyola Drive.
400 Loyola Drive at 4:20 p.m. is going down. Okay, here we go. 4:20 to 8 p.m. y'all.
Yeah, we've been promising a lot of literary releases, but this is actually a book that is finished, finalized, and ready to go. There's a lot of game in it. It's a hip hop handbook. It is 48 Laws of Power hip hop version from a melanated perspective, from the perspective of a Carthaginian in Rome. You know, Hannibal in Rome, not a goddamn Roman. So this book is it's a lot of game in it. It's an amazing perspective. And I found when attempting to tell the story of power players in hip hop, I was unable to tell it without the two Seans. So we point fingers and some people throw rocks and they have a lot of opinions. But these individuals were so pivotal that there's very few other people that we can utilize for examples when we're speaking about the dynamic power plays that took place in the last 20 or 30 years in hip hop. They brought it from, you know, the underground to the mainstream, you know, to corporate to global fanfare. You know what I'm saying? These individuals still built these worlds, and it's very unfortunate to see what we're seeing at this time. But it's life, you know, and it's life playing out, and we are so blessed to, you know, be able to bear witness to do the knowledge, because life is life, and it's teaching a lesson. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah.
Blue, they want to know, is the pizza gluten free?
Yes.
All right, all right. Is that spelt crust or not?
Yes.
Dope, dope, dope. All right, let's do one question, then we're gonna get out of here because we're gonna see a lot of y'all tomorrow at 400 Loyola Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. This is a free event, by the way, family. So if you're in Georgia, just keep in mind this is a free event. You know, we're just gonna be vibing there for a couple of hours, but it starts at 420. The address is 400 Loyola Drive. All right. Let's they told what the vegan cheese. They asked